2 hours after those rescuers started looking for Pablo, they found him, and our camera was rolling as the crowd cheered when rescuers pulled him from the rubble alive and transported him to a local hospital. Here in Puerto Viejo, near downtown where we are tonight, the crowd sitting on the grass behind me, they will sleep here. There is nothing left to go home to. Elaine, the president has declared a state of emergency, but he's already made it clear he expects the death toll in this country to rise considerably.
David, can you just describe the feeling among the people there where you are?
Right. Well, I have to tell you, when we first got into the city of Puerto Viejo, we saw all the people running, and of course we weren't sure what was going on. And we were looking for someone to interview and focus a story around and tell a story that would relate to the viewers back in America. But there was no time to sit down and hear someone's one-on-one story because there was so much going on. We went from the people getting food to the people searching the rubble, looking for survivors. You could smell death, Elaine. You could smell it in the area. It was everywhere. The smell is unmistakable. And from there, we kept going, and a man ran up to us and he said, "You got to come. Somebody just called." And so we were going around, and we had to be very careful because they made it clear to us, listen, we're worried about the building. Stay in the center of the street. You guys are operating at your own risk. And we were mindful of that. There were power lines all over the place. I mean, it is a disaster zone. That is putting it mildly. And so as we got to that area where the man had called for help, I remember looking to the side, and his wife was just shaking. I mean, she looked like she was about to pass out. And so we went over to her, and she just couldn't stop telling the story of, he called me and he said, "Please help." And the rescuers for a moment were just standing around going, what do we do? Who's going to go in? How are we going to do it? Where do you even start digging? Where do you go? And so it was quite a day. This is a resilient group of people. You can see behind me a lot of kids. It is hot. It is sweltering. Elaine, it is miserable here. But nobody's griping. I've not run into one person who has complained about their situation because everybody knows not far down the road it's a lot worse than it is here.
So much devastation, David. How long will crews continue to search for survivors? Do you know?
Well, look, the president's made it clear it's going to cost billions of dollars to rebuild, and it's going to take weeks. But, Elaine, I don't even know when we're going to get into the recovery phase. I mean, it is still so much of a search and rescue operation right now. One official told me, someone could live 5, maybe 7 days under the rubble. So this could go on well into the week. I mean, you can't even, we thought we'd hit a couple of areas today. We went to one area, and 2 hours later we left there, and that was all we could get. I mean, you can't even go to another area because there's such a state of emergency in each zone that you go into. It is something to see. It's something to see.
All right, David Begnaud on the ground there in Ecuador. David, thank you so much.